Hi there. This is, I tried to find some stuff on the internet to teach you how to do a pre-writing exercise called clustering, but I found nothing good, so I'm going to make one of my own.
Okay, Dad.
Hey, my son is right here. Say hi.
Hi.
Alright. Now, I got to work for a little bit. This is called pre-writing. It's a pre-writing exercise. It's called clustering. Start with your topic and write it on the center of a page. Let's say your topic is jazz. There we go. Right in the middle of the page. And then start writing all the topics that relate to jazz around it. Shh. Hold on, Miles, I gotta do this. For example, you could have the history of jazz. That's a subtopic. And what about the history of jazz? I know very little, but I think there's its history from Africa as well as America. If you wanted to, you could even think about its history in China. I know jazz wasn't originated in China, but when did it first appear in China? So you'd write that like when. When did jazz come to China? Who brought jazz to China? What was the response initially? Response then when it first arrived on the scene? People's response now? So you start to get lots of ideas, and this is just off of one topic. What's another topic related to jazz? The different styles. Again, I don't know much about jazz, but there's perhaps fast, slow. I really don't know that much. There's a gap in my knowledge about styles. Some research could help me know more about that topic. What other topics are there related to jazz? There's its effect. How does jazz affect the mind? Does it make people more creative? What about creative? Is jazz have creativity? What other effects might there be on the mind? Intelligence. Can it make people smarter? What about its effect on the emotions? So think about what are the different types of emotions that might be related to jazz. Other effects. I can't think of any. But then let's look for another topic. Jazz and its styles. What about the audience? Audience is who? Who listens to jazz? I have no idea. You have the different countries. United States, China, and anywhere in the world, really. You could be more specific, though, about age, different ages. What age is jazz most popular with? I don't know. Maybe with a little research I could find out who most enjoys jazz. Other audiences. Age, you could do the gender audience. Professions. People with certain jobs. So lots and lots of topics. So these are my big topics. History, style, its effect, its audience. What about... There's so many other avenues we could go on. But jazz and how do you define jazz? What's the definition? You go off the different... How would you go about defining what jazz is? Or you could have jazz's effect. Or here have its effect on the emotions. You could have jazz's influence. The influence of jazz. Influence on what? On other type of music, such as rock. What about Chinese music? How has jazz influenced Chinese music? Its influence on history. Has jazz in any way affected history? Now, history is another topic here. These are similar topics, but this is more of the history of jazz. This is how jazz has influenced history. You might have another topic, the influence on culture. Does jazz help define culture? So in about 5 minutes, I've come up with dozens of different topics, coming from the very, very general idea, general subject of jazz, with all these minor topics. We could keep going on and on. The more time you spend doing the pre-writing, the better and the better your clustering will become, and the more ideas you'll generate. So you'll be able to pick a really interesting topic that is easy to research, and that's basically it. This is what I want you to do for your various topics, and good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.